So bass that. Oh, there's a fish. All right. Picking up some 15-inch, 16-inch smallmouth. Oh, that was a muskie. I just had a fall from a muskie. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of That Yak Guy Am I. We're out here today on one of my favorite bodies of water, Lake St Clair. It's mid-spring now, water temps are sitting right around 55, and the smallmouth bass are starting to move up shallow. So today, we're gonna try and put a real herd on them. I'm really hoping to get at least one, maybe two of them that are over 18 inches. 20s are definitely a possibility. 21, 22 inches are possible. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we get into a pile of them. Anyways, I'll see you guys out on the water. Now we're out here today on Lake St Clair, which is one of my favorite bodies of water, and we're actually, I know that it looks like it's a massive lake here, but this is only a bay of what the real lake is. Around this point right in front of us, it actually opens up into the main basin, which is considerably larger than this area. But this bay, it has a tendency to really hold a lot of bass, especially in the spring. You can see you got bass boat there, a couple bass boats there. There was 7 or 8 of them sitting in the launch ready to go, and it's a really popular area to get really nice bass. What I'm doing right now, I'm just watching my side scan, and I'm looking for any sort of structure on the bottom. This entire bay is just kind of like a shallow bowl. Really, the entire lake is, but this bay is like a miniature version of the lake. And if you can find rocks, a change in body, or bottom type rather, so whether it goes from like sand to gravel or clay or whatever happens to be, you see a slight change, that's going to concentrate a lot of the fish. We definitely have an opportunity for big smallmouth. There could be largemouth potentially. You usually see them closer to shore. Could be walleye, could be pike, could be muskie. There's lake sturgeon in here. Now I'm not going to catch one of those today, most likely. However, it's almost, the opportunities out on this body of water are endless, and it's what makes Lake St Clair such a beautiful place to be. Now for doing it in a kayak like this, you have to pick your days. If you can see right now, it's extremely calm. It's perfect conditions, but because this lake is so big, it doesn't take much wind at all to make it essentially unfishable for someone like me stuck in this. Now boat guys, they have a lot more opportunity. They can go a lot farther. They can pick what shoreline they want to get sheltered and fight through the conditions to get there. But I'm restricted to what I can do. But today we got perfect ideal conditions. We're gonna try and make the most of it. And as soon as we find something on side scan here, we're gonna pick up the rod and start fishing. All right, so we've been pedaling for about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so now. And I see some boats grouped up here. I haven't seen anything on the side scan yet, but it's worth investigating if guys are sticking around. So I'm gonna throw a jerkbait around, let the wind kind of pull me a little bit and just see if anything happens here. We're sitting in about 7 foot of water. Water's kind of chocolate milky, which is not ideal for what I want to do here. But if the fish are here, they may still play. Today we definitely have to watch for follows on the lure because there is absolutely the potential for muskie. This lake, Lake St Clair, it's known as one of the best muskie lakes in the world, if not the premier muskie lake in the world. Now I've tried targeting them out here before, and in my experience, you have a tendency to catch them when you're not targeting them. And when you're targeting them, you don't have a prayer. It's the most bizarre thing in the world. I haven't gotten anything yet on the jerkbait. That doesn't mean they won't hit it. I could just be in the wrong spot. This lake is so vast. And these fish, they'll school up. You just gotta find them. But we can cover a lot of water pretty quick with this, and at minimum, we can at least watch for a fish to follow it back, even if they don't hit it, because the water is relatively clear to the point I can almost see the bottom, actually. Actually, I can see the bottom. All right, so plan A is out. We started all the way over there, way over there, because there was clean water. But as soon as I got over there, I looked at the temperature graph, and it went from 53 all the way down to 48, and that's just not good for bass. So we moved back into the stain water here. I'm gonna keep throwing this spinnerbait. I just started marking some rocks, little bit of structure, and Maybe we'll get popped real quick. We're gonna keep working our way closer into shore and just kind of figure out what depth they might be sitting on as we keep watching the side scan. I'd love to find a really nice rock pile where I can slow it down, throw a jig, kind of work it through there and start picking up a few fish without just having to cover miles. But that's the name of the game on this lake. Until you find it, you could look for a long, long time. You'll notice here, every time I bring back this spinner bait, I'm kind of dragging it past the boat there, watching behind it. That is because this is a musky lake. I know I've touched on that a few times already in this video here, but if I do have a follower, I want to be prepared to do a figure eight. I've had maybe 4 or 5 of them get into a figure eight in my life. I've yet to convert one on the figure eight, although I have hooked one before, and I've never had one in a figure eight on a kayak. Kind of a bucket list moment that I really hope to have happen maybe this year. So I'm just doing everything I can to up my chances. And what I'll do with the figure eight, instead of a traditional figure eight, take it wide around the kayak like this. It'd be interesting to hook a big muskie on this rod too. Running 151 Shimano SLX DC. It's a bass that, oh, there's a fish. All right. Oh, it's a heavy fish. Oh, it's a huge smallmouth. Oh my gosh. All right. I'll get the net ready. As soon as we got back into that dirty water. Wow, that's a beast. Beast of a smallmouth. On the spinner bait. There we go. That's our first fish in the boat of the day. We got back into this dirty water after our ill-advised attempt to go check out the clear water to the north and talk about a beautiful smallmouth bass. Might be a 20-incher. We're about to find out. 20. I'm going to be ecstatic. It'll be my first 20 of the year. Should probably be pushing 5 pounds. And we are sitting at, no, 18 1/4. I'm going to throw it back in the net and we're going to get a weight real quick. That's why we come out here though. There's tons and tons and tons of smallmouth of that caliber on this lake. Probably one of the best lakes in the world for smallmouth. Hopefully we can get a pile of them. Do I have my scale with me? I do. All right, let's get this thing fired up. This is not an official scale by any means, but I've trusted enough to get a good idea. I'm gonna guess 4.5, which is a good healthy smallmouth. Get you on there. So let's make sure it's zeroed first. It is. And we are sitting at 2 3/8 ounces. Yep, we're gonna try that again. So that ruins any validity of what I'm gonna say here. All right, 0. And get this clipped on. And up we go. Let go of my finger. We're looking at 3 pounds, 15 ounces. So just shy of 4 pounds. Beautiful, beautiful fish. There she goes. Let's get another one. Well, that didn't take long once we got into this dirty water. Just slow rolling a spinnerbait back. Maybe 10 casts and we got popped. So we're gonna just keep doing the exact same thing. See if we can't get any more. An 18.25, 3 pound, 14 ounce smallmouth. I'll take those all day long. After catching that really nice bass, basically as soon as we got it into the dirty water and around those rocks, I had really high hopes that we might connect with one or several more. In the end, something even a little bit more special happened. one of the reasons I love this lake, and I know I've said it 100 times, is because of the muskie. And in this moment right here, maybe 10 casts after that bass, something really special happened.
Oh, that was a muskie. I just had a follow from a muskie. I don't know if you saw that, but that was a follow from a muskie. We're going to throw this back out here and see if we can't have that happen twice. Oh, that was so cool. Oh my God, that was a follow. That was a muskie follow.
That moment there ended up being the highlight of the rest of our trip. Ended up catching 2 other bass. We covered miles and miles of water, but we never connected with anything else really worth putting on camera. So we went ahead, headed back in shallow, and kind of wrapped up our day.
Oh. And that's the end of our day. There goes our... Wow. Well. That sucks. Okay. I will have to figure that out when I get home. That's a later project. Okay. Sometimes things like that are just God's way of saying it's time to call it a day. It's been kind of dead. Got 2 largemouth, 1 smallmouth, had a muskie follow, but we've probably been out here for 5 hours. That's really slow for Lake St Clair, but if you guys made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you. Don't forget to drop a like, hit subscribe if you want to see when the next videos come out here, and until then, tight lines.